Alright, everybody, so this is going to be the daily message that I feel we need to hear today. And of course, the reason why you hear me talking this way is because I have a very calm energy right now. I just have been feeling, very emotional lately, but it hasn't really even just like been my emotions. I've really been just picking up on a lot of other people's emotions. For those of you that are empaths or highly sensitive people, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for those of you that trust in divine timing, you all know that synchronicities happen, and there are moments just leading up to the next, right? And so that's just the energy that I've been feeling. And I feel like all of those moments where I've been feeling very emotional have led me up to this point to give you this message. So that's what I'll be doing right now. I am not going to be doing a pick a deck reading at all, because I feel like this is just one message that there's people that need to hear it. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. If you guys hear anything in the background, it's more than likely my son, because he is napping right now and you guys are practically family, so y'all know how it is when babies first wake up. So I'm just gonna let y'all know that right now. And also, excuse the lighting, I did move my altar next to my window because I just felt like it was just the place to be. And yeah, I've just been really feeling like that window gazing lately. I'm not sure why, but anyways, that's not what you came here to hear. You came here to hear this message. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be the first time I actually read this deck, so I'm going on a whim. And the next deck reading, well, the next reading that I do, I'm actually going to be pulling cards live as well, so that you guys can obviously get raw footage of my face and my reactions and things like that. But anyways, we're going to be working with our Hoodoo Tarot deck today. And first of all, we do have the 8 of Baskets, the Ace of Baskets, and Strength. So obviously this is going to translate to cups. Baskets are always the cups. So we have the 8 of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Strength card. And almost immediately, actually immediately, the way that I feel with this, it just feels like, in a way, it's just, oh man, there's, what I'm picking up on right now is that there's strength and not just letting go, but there's also strength, and there's, sorry guys, I'm getting so many downloads right now. You guys know how this works. There's just so much strength in just walking away and letting things be what they are, and understanding that this is what I found in this moment, this is what I've learned in this moment, and there is no way I'm not going to surrender to this change. And what I'm feeling is that this is something of deep change, and it's like we're almost there. I'm almost at that last step, but what I have to do is I have to gather myself together. I have to pack up my belongings and I have to just go. What I'm seeing is that there's people who need time to themselves. There's people who need time to be around trees, to be around air, to be around water, just to be around all the elements and to connect with spirit, but also to connect with themselves and their higher selves. What I feel like this is kind of telling me is that this is, in a way, a search for fulfillment. This is a search for, and I don't really want to say the word happiness, because I feel like the word happiness is becoming overly used, but I feel like there's people who are finding a sense of purpose. They're finding, it's like they've already been broken, they've already been shattered, they've already been cracked open, wide open, like the split sea. And it's like the universe is saying, you know what, I've seen your torment, I've seen your torture, I've seen the things that you've been through, I've seen and I've felt the fact that, lately you've been feeling like all of your feelings, all of your emotions, all of your, your life force was just being drained from you. I see that. But what I want you to do is I want you to turn around, and I want you to shift your perception, and I want you to go towards this light, because this light is calling you. And that moon, that pregnant moon, is so proud of you. That pregnant moon is so very proud of you. And the thing is that moon, right, that's looking down on you as you're walking away, is saying, I know that as long as you allow yourself to tap into intuition, as long as you allow your imagination to run wild and play, as long as you allow yourself to be open and to surrender to this process, I know for a fact that you will find exactly what you're looking for. Unfortunately, you're not going to find that in the mundane world. You're not going to find that in things that are in front of you, because even though these things that are in front of you may seem like you know, it may seem like eye candy, but you know deep down that this is not meant for you. You know that there's something greater. And even though it sucks, even though it feels like it feels so draining, but at the same time, it's so liberating, right? And the thing is that it's like you find yourself in the midst of adversity. It's like you find yourself in the midst of these things. It's like you come to know your power when you meet the eyes of adversity. And that's exactly what I'm saying. The thing about the Ace of Cups, or the Ace of Baskets, is that this is a cup overfloweth, but this is also like, you know, it's also you becoming grounded in your emotions. And this is more than just about happiness. This is more than just about joy. Again, this is purpose. I see a lot of people finding their purpose and finding exactly what, you know, what they're made for, what they come here to do. I see a lot of people stepping more into their purpose, especially with everything going on right now in the world. I really see so many things falling together and so many things happening to where people are starting to stand, you know, they're starting to tap into their gifts. More than likely, these are people who are empaths, and that could be the reason why I'm feeling how I'm feeling right now, because I see a lot of empaths just kind of taking a break, just walking away and saying, you know what, this is no longer good for me. You know what? And even still, some people may have had, you know, the most beautiful relationship, but they know that they've taken everything that they needed. They've learned everything that they needed from this one situation or this group of people, and they're going to apply that knowledge when they leave. Do you see what I'm saying? And so what I'm seeing is like a North Star. This North Star, this place where they're headed, this North Node, and you can find this in your natal chart. Your North Node is exactly where you're going. And the way that you know where you're going is by knowing where you've been. But the thing is too, is that with strength, is that you have to understand that having compassion for these situations, having compassion for yourself in this place, right? Having compassion for others, right? Having compassion for others is also what's going to help you, right? And there's a perfect time for you to implement your shadow, right? There's a perfect time for that. But what I am seeing is that you are starting to understand again that this place that you once called home, this sacred space that you once called home, is now, has prepped you for your evolution. But the only way that you are going to get to that part of you, the only way you're going to step foot into evolution, is if you were to go ahead, open the door, walk out, close it, and continue to go and not look back. Do not look back. Do not let your past hold you back. And for those of you that have had for some reason I'm hearing the word tainted. The word tainted just came through. You may have been tainted with these things that were standing in front of you, or that stood in front of you with all the shimmer and gold. But what is that saying? Everything that shimmers is in gold, or everything that glitters is in gold. And you know that because you know that you are worth far more than that. And you are no longer seeking validation from anyone. You are starting to understand that these lessons that you've been through, these emotional lessons, this emotional roller coaster, is like you've been hung upside down, waiting to be dropped on your head. But guess what? The universe says, no, I got you. The universe tells you that I got you, because you know what? You have done so much. You have worked so hard. You have shown strength. You have shown up and you showed out. And now all you have to do is just go. Pack your bags and go. I'm seeing people move. I'm seeing people, are so, for some reason, I just seen someone leaving a house as if they had no other choice, and they feel that they have nowhere to go, but you are stepping more and more and more into your purpose. You are about to get ready to teach people how to step into their power because they see you stepping into yours. And you are so wrapped in love. You are so wrapped in warmth. There is nothing that the universe does not want you to have. The universe wants you to thrive. The universe wants you to thrive. God wants you to thrive. And it presents this thing to you. Whenever you feel that intuition, that intuitive feeling, like, you know what, it's my time to go. This is not my crowd anymore. I can't be here anymore. I have to go. I can't stay here. Follow that voice, because that voice is not going to lead you astray. That voice will never lead you. That voice will only lead you to exactly where you've been, where you need to go. You are going to approach your soul family. You are going to meet your soul family. I just heard there is a teacher in you. I just heard you need this. This is something that you need. And whether you want to or not, the process is going to happen. It's going to happen. I just heard something that said this is a cycle, this is a rhythm, this is a beat, this is a pattern. This is a song of the universe. That is what I just heard. This is the song of the universe. Movement, constant movement is a song of the universe. And this should never be taken for granted. It should never be taken for granted. I heard the word queen. I'm sensing someone's, I don't know why, but for some reason I'm sensing like a female presence. I'm sensing she's old. For some reason I just sense a female presence. She's old. She's got gray hair and skin like clay. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if there's anyone that knows anyone that looks that way, but this woman has been more than likely guiding you, and this woman is showing you your strength. And one thing that I also want to say, that now that I'm being triggered to say this by this rat card, purge and simplify. Purge and simplify. And what you're doing when you're walking away, when you're stepping outside of this zone, when you're stepping outside of this thing that you once knew. This is a purging process. You are going into the woods. You are going into the sea. You are going to be baptized. Baptize yourself in the wind. Baptize yourself in the soil. Baptize yourself in the water. Baptize yourself in the fire, in the passion. Cleanse yourself is what I'm hearing. Purge. Get rid of the toxins. Detox. I'm seeing people eat their fruits, their vegetables, drinking a lot of water. I'm seeing so many detoxing. I'm feeling detox symptoms. For those of you that know me, I actually am also going on a cleanse. And so for me, since I've been going on this cleanse, purging has been popping up a lot. A lot of us are starting to purge. This world is being purged. The earth is purging. I just heard spiritual warriors, get ready. Empaths, get ready. Intuitives, get ready. Witches, get ready. That is what I'm hearing. And when you leave, again, you are going to meet your soul tribe, because everybody is going to be led on this. The people that were meant to lead are going to be led on this same path. And even though they come in from different ways, we are all being led to the same tree of life. We are all being led to this. We are all being led to the same space. I don't know why, but what I'm seeing is like I'm seeing this path that look like veins, and people are walking on these, and and they're scattered. They're everywhere. They're like stretch marks. Veins, grapevines, and it all leads up this one stem. Roots, actually, roots. There's so many roots in this, and these roots lead to this one plant, this one tree, this tree of life that gives life to all. That contains everything you need. And we can think of this, and metaphorically speaking, we can think of this Ace of Cups as the tree of life right now. I don't know why I'm making this comparison, but Spirit is leading me to say it, so I'm just going to do it. We're going to picture this Ace of Cups as a tree of life that contains everything that we need. Everything that we need is in this one cup, and we are this cup. We are this tree of life, and we are here to give life, and we are here to share life with others. And first, we must purge, we must simplify, we must find the things that actually matter. We must step away from everything that we've been taught. We must reject. This right now is a time for rejection. I'm seeing a lot of indigo children coming out. We must simplify. Stop finding, you are not going to find your happiness in these material objects, because they are there to temporarily satisfy your aesthetic needs, temporarily satisfy your physical needs. What is most important is your mental, your spiritual body. That is what's more important, because you are a soul that has a body in order to maneuver in this reality. Don't you forget that. Don't you forget that cup. Purge. If it's not needed, sacrifice it. Write it down on a piece of paper. Put it in a jar with herbs for purging. Burdock root, lavender, dragon's blood resin, dragon's blood oil. I'm seeing people work with plants. Put that in a jar. And with that note, with the things that you want to purge, I want you to take a candle, a black candle, take you some oil, some olive oil, if you will. If you don't have it, if you don't have, high quality stuff, use what's in your kitchen. Anoint it from the base to the tip. from the base to the tip away from you. Purge it. Put that in a jar. Light that candle. Sacrifice it to the universe. Sacrifice it to the universe. The dolphin card showed up. Imagination, play, intuition, intelligence, highly intellectual people, highly intelligent people, emotional sensitivity, but emotional intelligence. This is a very emotional pool, and it could be the reason why I feel the way that I feel right now. It could be the reason why I feel the way that I feel, and it's definitely needed. Purging, and just being open, and just surrendering, and just stepping into your power, and just knowing that if you were to walk away, there is nothing for you to fear. Because when you step into the void, that void again is a nesting ground for change, for co-creation. You are the void. The void is within you, and you are existing in the void. There is nothing off limits to you if you just put your mind to that. Put your mind to that, my love. Put your mind to that, my dear, please. It says here that most people are just trying to survive. You've done everything that you could to survive. But now we have to switch off this survival mode. We're done with this survival shit. We're done with it. Because all it did is it caused stress to our bodies. I'm hearing the lymphatic system. And this is why cleansing is needed on every aspect, every level. Clean your space, clean your walls, your floors. I'm seeing people work with Florida water, with the water element, period. With the moon. Being in tune with the moon phases. Being in touch with that light. Being in touch with that. Most people are just trying to survive. They know not what they do. And while it is good for you to have compassion, it is good for you to have compassion with reason. Don't allow anyone to step all over you either. Listen to the signs. Listen to the signs. When you go and when you leave, I want you to pay attention. Listen to the signs. Listen to the wind. The wind will tell you. There are spirits everywhere. Everywhere. There is energy everywhere. Because if energy cannot be created, only transformed or transferred, that means that our guides are there. Our guides are there and they are listening. If you would just allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to trust them. Trust them. Trust yourself. Trust this process. Listen. Listen twice. Speak once. And sometimes silence is needed. Be quiet. Be still. Be tranquil. Don't talk. Just observe. Just listen. Feel. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to cry. Stop holding it in. You are only causing damage to yourself. Stop holding it in. It is not worth it. Let it go. Walk away. Open yourself up to receive because you deserve it. Why are you not understanding that you deserve it? You deserve to leave. You deserve to have everything that you want. A lot of people keep saying, be open to receiving, be open to receiving, be open to receiving. But do people actually understand what that means? Because also, when you are on this journey of fulfillment, of purpose, and when you are being open to receiving, you are not only receiving the good things, but you have to be open to receiving these lessons that are uncomfortable. It is okay to be uncomfortable. Because where there is suffering, there is transcendence. You are being called to be strong. Because you are stronger than that. And when you feel weakened and when you feel weak, allow yourself to be cleansed by spirit, by your higher self. I just heard don't jump on the bandwagon. This is something that you have to take with you on your own. You cannot bring everybody with you on this journey. Because this journey was not meant for everyone. It was meant for you. I am not here to teach you anything. I am here to help you remember. And I will help you remember your power in any way that I can. Even if it means giving you this message, as weak as I feel right now, I still feel strength coming from you. And I am channeling the strength to give to you. Because you are loved. And you have to allow yourself to be uncomfortable. Everything is not going to come easy. Because how can you appreciate what you've gained if it was easy? How can you appreciate or even know what strength is if you haven't been placed in a situation to even express your strength? How can you become intellectual if you have not been placed in a situation to become intellectual? How can you work with your intuition if you've never had to work with your intuition at all? There is strength in your intuition. There is strength in walking away. There is strength in purging and simplifying. There is strength in water. Water is a very strong element. Don't you dare underestimate the power of water, the power of the elements as a whole. Work with the pentacle, the pentagram. Because everything, earth, air, fire, and water, is a manifestation of spirits in this realm. And you work with these elements. You go to the woods. You go hug that tree. You go touch that tree. I'm seeing people go into nature. I really, really am. And I think, honestly, that a lot of people are starting to have a better relationship with nature. They're starting to have a better relationship with themselves. They're understanding a lot more. They're being in touch with their intuition. Excuse me. Sorry, my ring hit my chair over here on my altar. But yeah, I'm seeing all of that. And it's so funny because I was drawn to this rose quartz crystal. I was drawn to it, and this is why the heart chakra, I'm seeing it turning, and it's actually kind of like a broken clock. It's kind of like a broken clock. But what I am also sensing is that this clock that is broken, this heart space that is having a hard time turning, the reason is because someone is not being patient enough. Someone is rushing the process. Stop rushing it. Allow yourself to feel. The same way you float in that water on a hot summer day in your pool at home or wherever is the same way you float. You float through this. You allow yourself to be levitated. You levitate. You rise above it. You fly above it. Fly so high that you meet your stars that shine just as bright as you. There was a quote, and I can't remember exactly what it was or who it was by. But the higher you fly, the smaller you look to those below you or beneath you or something like that. You are soaring and you are on your way. You are experiencing movement. It's a lot of movement that's happening right now. But you have to trust. I'm sensing the need to tell you to trust. Trust in your guides, trust in yourself, trust in your abilities, your spiritual gifts. Use them because you are going to need them. You are going to need compassion. Compassion is you. You're going to need it. I'm telling you. I can feel it. You're going to need it. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your process. Stop rushing it. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't compare your emotions to others. Feel how you feel. It's healthy for you to do that. The Empress is coming through. Empress energy. I love you guys so much, and I'm going to go sage. I am going to go burn to Palo Santo. I'm actually going to go take a full-blown shower right now because I just feel the need to, and I really, really just need it. And for those of you that are having any type of trouble, remember, or if you're having trouble cleansing yourself, a simple shower will help you as long as the intent is to rid yourself of energy or all this negative energy, then do so by taking the shower. I keep hearing the word lavender. Someone needs a clear mind. Someone needs to focus. Someone needs to just focus on them for the time being without distraction. That's what I'm hearing. Work with lavender. I don't know why I just heard mugwort. Work with lavender. Work with mugwort. Work with lemongrass. Moringa leaf. Again, I love you guys, and I hope that this message helped someone. If it did not, that is fine. I hope that if you are listening to this in the future, if you are listening to this in the present moment or wherever or whenever, because what is time, right? I hope that it reaches you when you need it the most. Have a wonderful evening. Ashe.